Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I am sitting out in the garden today. I found a nice shady spot. We've got some lorikeets around, some other birds, so hopefully the noises are okay. I have myself a cup of tea because this is going to be just like a sit down chatty video, bit of a catch up for you all, and just to share a little bit about what's going on in our personal lives, because I think it's pretty relevant, and lots of things are going to be changing over the next year or so. So you might have seen my previous video which announced our pregnancy. So Scott and I are having a baby and I am due mid-November or so. You'll be seeing this video when I'm probably around 16 weeks pregnant. So I'm thankfully made it to the second trimester and I'm so glad to be in the second trimester. We're going to leave the first one behind. And yeah, I am very grateful to be out of a little bit of the sickness and things that were happening in the first trimester that I'll discuss a little bit about in this video. But I did want to just say I do have a Patreon where I share lots more videos. I've done like a first trimester recap, our pregnancy journey to actually try to conceive and what went on with all of that, because it was a very, very long journey, and just in general extra videos of what we get up to. So if you want to see more, that's the place to find that. I also just wanted to jump in here and say that if pregnancy content or anything related to conceiving or pregnancy is triggering at all to you or is upsetting, then please do remove yourself from watching my videos, mute, unsubscribe, whatever you have to do to protect your mental health, because I know how hard it can be to see this kind of content if it's something that is a major topic for you. So please put yourself first and put your mental health first. Go do something nice for yourself. I truly do know how hard it can be, so I just wanted to add that in here before I continued the discussion now. But for this video, I really wanted to chat, just to have like a bit of a catch up first and foremost, and also just to chat about what's to come for the future of this channel, Flower Farm, and just in general, because lots of things are going to be changing, and I wanted to sit down and just be a little bit more transparent with you about things that are going on. So obviously the first main thing is we're having a baby, and we're just honestly so happy and excited to become parents. It's something that Scott and I have wanted for a long time, and I am very excited to be a mum. It's something that I've wanted to do for as long as I can remember, really. So yeah, it is a dream come true for myself. We are having a baby boy, so we'll be expecting him in mid-November, as I said, and I think it's a really good time in terms of like garden wise, because the first trimester, the last few months, has kind of been a little bit of a slower season coming out of all the summer heat and busyness of the garden. Can have a little bit of a break, and now I'm feeling a little bit better that the weather is cooler and I can start to be out in the garden again. In terms of a little bit of a recap of the last few months, and I have some notes here because I wanted to stay on track with this video and hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, videos have been pretty hard to film, and I don't know if you would have noticed in the last few videos, there's been a lot less action going on, I feel, and a lot more of me kind of like doing voiceovers and things like that. And that's just because things have been taking like double, triple the amount of time, which is to be expected as my body changes. And I've also been quite out of breath. So if you've noticed that, that is why. I also went through quite bad nausea in the first trimester, and that's why I stopped filming the podcast, because I couldn't sit down in front of a camera or a microphone and talk for an extended amount of time without feeling really sick. So I made the decision just to pause those podcasts for a while. And I think it was a good decision because, I just really couldn't film too much. So that's kind of why the content may have been a little bit different. Again, like I said, I've been pretty sick and very tired. So that makes just filming and gardening in general a little bit harder. But thankfully it was at the end of the flower season. So I had a little bit of a break and was able to just slow down in the garden. I personally love gardening. I have a YouTube channel all about gardening. It's my happy place and I love being out here, and it has helped so much with this pregnancy just to feel better, feel like myself, and it's just been really good for my physical and mental health. But I am still feeling a little bit tired and, you know, a little bit fatigued, which is to be expected. And I'm not really putting a lot of expectation on myself, but you know, throughout the next few months, there might be less videos, there might be more. It's just going to depend on how I feel. And I really, don't want to put expectations on content, but I do plan on making YouTube content and keeping on filming and that kind of thing. Now, I wanted to chat a little bit about some broad future goals because there's some big ones in here. And I want to just briefly discuss a few just to keep you in the loop of what's happening in our lives, I suppose. So one thing that I am going to be doing is just slowing down on the flower farm production. Obviously, I'm going to be giving birth at kind of like the start of summer, end of spring, which is usually the busy season for flower farmers, but it is not going to be my busy season, or it will be for other reasons. So I'm really focusing now, while I can and while I feel good, to just focus on a lot of the cooler season crops like anemones, ranunculus, stock, and that is about it at the moment of what I'm focusing on. But I have quite a lot planted, but I am going to be upping the food production in the garden, because if I'm not using the space for flowers, I'm going to use it for food. So I have lots of broccoli starts that I am yet to plant out, so many onions, cabbages, leeks, all of those beautiful winter veg, beetroot, all the good stuff. I'm really excited to get that in the ground. So there might be a little bit more content of food growing over the next few months. And obviously having a baby, that's one reason why we're downsizing. Another one is that we actually plan on moving. Hopefully next year is the plan. Definitely next year. I'm going to say definitely. It has been the plan, and we have had the wheels in motion for actually about a year or so now to make a really big move. That again, if you want to see more about, I share it all over on Patreon, where I just feel a little bit more comfortable to share that kind of information with a smaller community. But that is the plan, to actually be moving, and it's quite a big move. That's all I'll say for now. And I haven't shared that yet publicly, just because I wasn't sure what was happening with all of that, but we do have plans to move. So that is again why I'm going to be downsizing on the flower production, and probably not going that hard in flowers for next summer, because then after that is when we plan on basically packing up and moving. Obviously, once he is old enough to make a big move, we will be doing that. So that is our plan. That is something that we're working on. So yeah, this kind of season, this cooler season right now, will kind of be the last full season that I'll be running the flower farm. I'm still going to be doing as much as I can, even in spring and summer. I mean, this is my first baby. I don't really have expectations on anything, and I'm not putting expectations on myself, but I do know that being outside and flower farming and gardening is a passion, and I really want to keep doing that as much as I physically and mentally can with a newborn. Scott is thankfully so keen, and he's just keen to just like get a baby wearer and basically just wear the baby everywhere. So he also works from home, and we have a really good setup where he kind of just helps me out where I need. And we'll definitely be able to manage me being out in the garden and filming videos after giving birth and having a bit of a break as well. I'm not going to go straight into it, but if you know my personality, I'm not going to stop gardening for anything, and I just cannot wait to be in the garden with our baby boy, sharing the beauty of gardening and growing food and flowers. I think it's just going to be so fun. So the plan is to probably stop markets, but still to continue to sell in store. So I've got a few stores that sell my flowers, and I can just drop them there whenever I have a bunch, or however many bunches I have, and that's just so helpful that I've built up that relationship. So that'll still mean I can still be selling my flowers. Scott can help with harvesting as well if I need, and my mum will also probably be around here and there. Haven't asked her yet, but I'm sure she can help me. She's helped me before, so it'll be fine. But I will still be running my online store, so if you ever need any bath salts or gifts or anything like that, head over to thepatchandbloom.com.au. I've got some of the homemade bath salts that I make on there, and some other little goodies. If you would like to check out that store, I'll be continuing to run that all throughout pregnancy and might take a bit of a break after giving birth, but yeah, we'll see how I go. Again, no expectations. And in terms of YouTube, I still plan on doing YouTube again. It is another one of my loves, and I enjoy creating and being creative. So I'll probably take a bit of time, a bit of maternity leave around, giving birth, but I still do plan on making weekly videos here. I want to actually just start to make a few more now because I have my energy back and I feel really good. So I want to keep creating some content and start to maybe get some content to pre-film as well, just to stay on top of everything if I do start to feel tired. And I'm sure as I grow and things change, it's going to be harder and harder to garden and everything like that. But I am really excited to change up the content a little bit and do more content around growing food, permaculture gardens and compost. Those are kind of like, as well as the flower farm, those are the three like loves that I have. I love creating and I love the concept of permaculture and gardening alongside nature. And lately I've been really craving more of that in my garden, in terms of just creating beautiful spaces filled with veggies, intertwined with flowers and herbs, and just making things look beautiful. So I want to create some more videos like that, I think, and create things like harvest vlogs. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the cool weather. I personally, you all know this, but I really don't like hot weather. I love the cold weather. Like last night, I was doing heaps of work in the garden and I could start to see my breath. That's the kind of cold that I actually like. It was getting dark and I was so upset that I had to go inside. I was trying to think of like all this lighting setup that I could have, that I could stay outside. But I just felt so good being outside, not being cold, like shivering or anything like that. I just really, really love cold weather. It just brings about an energy inside me that I don't have throughout the warmer seasons and throughout summer. And it just felt so magical to just be out in the garden as the sun was going down, it being really cool and being really peaceful. And I just have that drive to just, create beautiful spaces and grow lots of food right now. So that's what I'm probably going to be focusing on a little bit, alongside still the flower farming content, like I said before. And I keep saying I don't want to put expectations on this, and that is really, really true. I think a lot of pregnant people do put a lot of expectations on themselves to be able to work up to a certain date and to be able to do X, Y, and Z and just get all these jobs done. And while I feel good, I am going to keep gardening and keep doing the things that I love. And I'm just taking lots of rests and tea breaks and looking after my body. And I've had a chat with my midwife, who is absolutely wonderful. I have a really, really good team. And she's perfectly fine with me keeping on gardening. It is something that is really great to do if you are pregnant. Obviously, just being mindful of safety and things like that. So I am using my kneeling pad like all the time, making sure to not put any strain on my back or using my abs too much. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment to garden in a different way. But I think that's also why I just have this drive and love and passion for gardening right now, is because I am slowing down a little bit more, rather than the go that I was doing before with the flower farm and just pumping out as many flowers as I could. I'm really trying to be a lot more intentional with the garden right now, and I'm just finding beauty in so much more. It's probably the pregnancy hormones talking, I don't know, and also probably the weather, but I really am just loving the garden right now. So I'm really excited to bring you some more content, and I would love to know what kind of content you would like to see from me, what kind of podcast episodes you'd like to see. I have a whole list of ones that I would like to film and chat about, because I have so many ideas, but I would also love your feedback and input on what you would like to see from me over the next few months. I also wanted to say a massive, massive thank you for 12,000 subscribers. That is incredible. So many people. It's mind blowing. And yeah, coming from a very, very introverted person, I can't even really fathom how many people that is. And to be honest, I probably don't really want to, because I don't want to psych myself out. But I am really, really grateful for everyone who watches my videos, leaves a comment, likes, subscribes. Sometimes it takes me a bit of time to get back to comments, and that's because when I film a video, I film it, I have to then rewatch it through editing, and then I upload it. That also takes time, filling in all the thumbnails and the content and description, and then I just need a bit of a break sometimes from that. So that's why I can sometimes take a bit of time to get back to your comments, but I do always read them as soon as they come through. So just wanted to let you know that, and that I'm truly grateful for just anyone who interacts with this channel, however you do so. So some of the things in my previous videos that I've been speaking about, like the dahlias, why I wasn't too upset about those. I'm looking at the patch where they used to be, and I am still a little bit upset about those because I wasn't able to save hardly any of them, actually any of those that I pulled up on that day, because I am going to be shifting away from doing things like dahlias. I'm going to focus more on zinnias, straw flowers and sunflowers in those warmer months, just so I can also enjoy a few, and whatever we can sell, we can sell. But yeah, I am still really passionate and hoping to keep this flower farm going throughout this pregnancy and after we meet our baby boy, and also continue YouTube as well, because although this is a job for me, I truly love it, and I want these videos to be useful to people. I mean, this one was obviously just a little bit of a chatty catch-up video, but yeah, I do want my content to actually have some value in it, and I always welcome feedback if you would like more or less advice on certain things, or whether you just like watching the videos to relax, because I know that's usually how I watch YouTube videos, is to relax. So however and whatever reason you're watching my videos, thank you so much, and I always appreciate feedback and any interactions that you want to have with the channel. So thank you for joining me on this little catch-up video. I should have a garden tour coming fairly soon. I just wanted to get a few more beds cleared and just tidy up a few areas to chat you through like exactly what is going into each of the beds and what the flower farm is going to look like. Like I said before, Scott and I are so happy. He's like over the moon. And yeah, we're really excited for this next journey, and it's really been something that we've wanted for so long. And I'm not going to get emotional in this video, but it has been a really hard journey for us, and maybe in future I will talk more publicly about that, because I have shared a tiny bit here and there on Patreon and Instagram, but yeah, it has been not an easy journey for us. So yeah, thank you just for being such an awesome community and being a safe space for both me and Scott. For Scott to know that I'm in a safe place on the internet, it means a lot to him as well. So I feel really good to share this news with you all. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. I would love to know what's happening in your gardens at the moment. I'm going to go down, do some clearing of these zinnias which really need to come out of the ground. And that's going to be my job this afternoon, and hopefully I can share a garden tour with you very soon. I hope I covered some questions that you may have had, but if you do have any more, please do leave them below and I'll answer them in the comments or discuss in a future video. But if you do want more pregnancy related content, Patreon is where you will find all of that. Heaps of videos over there, and I'm going to be doing all of like my nesting vlogs and postpartum meal prep and all of that, which I'm really excited about, all of that part of the pregnancy. So head over to Patreon and you'll be able to find that content there. It is a little bit of a fee, and that's just to create like a really safe community over there, and also it's a way to financially support me to both make the Patreon videos and also videos here as well. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and until my next one, happy gardening everyone. Bye.